22 veterans a day in this country take their own lives. Vets, I love you. You have a place here. We back to blue over here. We support Leo. How do you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. Well, today I'm bringing you the LBF-01 from Half Breed's Blades. Now, Half Breed is a company out of South Melbourne in Australia. And son, this is a badass blade. There's a comparison against the Medford Praetorian T. Give you a couple size comparisons. While we're comparing some of these knives, or comparing, let me give you some specs on this thing. The description: it's a large bush folder. The action is a folding blade. It's got a flipper or a thumb stud, and they're both awesome. It is a pocket clip for the carry. It's it's reversible, tip up or tip down. It does have a glass breaker on it that's D2. It's a liner lock, but as you're going to see in this video, that liner lock is very, very, very strong. The blade steel is S35VN. It has a Rockwell hardness of 59 to 60. The blade grind is hollow. The blade edge is plain polished. The blade finish is PVD coated. They're calling it the Blade Style Modified Drop Point. Blade length is 4.13 inches. Blade thickness is 0.21, almost a quarter. The handle material is titanium. The liner is 420J2 stainless. Handle length is 5.5 inches, and y'all know that I love that. The handle thickness is 0.78. It is a very thick handle. Overall length open is 9.84 inches. Overall length closed is 5.7. The overall weight, and this is a big one, is 16.64 ounces. The glass breaker is D2. The liner, the Rockwell hardness there is 59 to 60. They send a very, very nice card with it. And there I am, my shirt riding up. It's been a long day, guys. This is about review 3 that I've done. So it ain't that way long, and you'll have to forgive me. That's just old Scab for you. Now, this is the first half-breed blade I have tested. It is not the last. I have 2 more, and I'm fired up. Here we're doing the John Peters stab test. This knife has done better than any other knife we've tested on the stab. We actually got all 3 pieces of sidewall tire. We're going to move it up a little closer so you get a better look, not of my ass, but of this stabbing. And what you're going to see right here, guys, I'll give you a good look at that handle. Now, we did the Donnie B all day drop test. And the reason I do the drop test on liner locks is to see if that lock will hold. Yes, it held. Now we're doing the John Peters stab test. And again, this knife is a beast. Yes, it's a large bush folder, but son, this thing is big. I love this knife. I am so fired up. And again, my guy Kirk stepped up big, let me borrow it, and it didn't go through all 3, but that's some thick-ass sidewall from El Diablo from the Dodge 1500. Now, what you're going to see, guys, in this video, and I say this all the time, you know, I set them up where y'all can turn off the narration and watch the knife work. What you're going to see in this video is like a kid in a candy store. I cut everything that I could cut. This knife is an absolute slicer. Now, I don't know much about the company. I'm going to try to figure some things out and do a little research on them. But I tell you this, I know about this knife. I absolutely freaking love it. Yes, it's big. It is a big folder. It's absolutely that. But it's rugged. It's tough. And what I wanted to show right there is I got a couple feathers going, but then the knife just glided right on through it. A little bit of a tug, but that's a tough piece of hardwood right there. Now we're going to do our zip tie test, which I'm sure I'll butcher in some way. Yeah, push them. There you go, Scab. Have enough sense to pick it up. There you go, buddy. Now here's where, there it is. There's old Scab coming through for you. Now, the zip ties never stood a chance. I do that to test the edge, to see if it chips, damages. Believe it or not, I've gotten a lot of comments and messages from people like, man, we love that zip tie test. We use knives every day on zip ties, had several chip. Thank you for doing that. This knife didn't chip, ding, dent, nothing, and we did a lot of stuff. The main reason that I did a lot of what I did with this knife, the cutting's just playing with it, because it came razor sharp. If I had to put a number on it, the way it was handed to me, and Kirk's had it for a while, I'd say the sharpness was a 7 or 8 when it got to me. I did no stropping, no nothing. This is just straight up use. Now, the reason I'm doing a little batoning, would I normally do it with a folder? No. Well, I mean, I do for the demonstrations, okay? I've said this a million times. This isn't really a review. It's not really a test. We don't do anything scientific. What I try to do is show you just common uses of a knife, stuff you might do at home. Zip ties, cut wood, cut plastic, cut rope, cut whatever, and see how the knife performs. I do like batoning some with folders for the simple reason to test that liner lock. Does it hold in there? Absolutely. Now, I get some folders are not made to baton. I get that. I understand that. But understand that the reason we're doing these demonstrations is to give you a look at the overall ease of use of the knife, the toughness of the knife, the durability of the knife, and the sharpness, the potential of the knife. And I've said it a million times, I'm a novice at best. So imagine what it can do in your trained and skilled hands. Now, this water hose has been through the ringer, son. No chance. I bend the hose, purposely stress the hose, purposely put a little stress on that blade, so there will always be a slight tug. But from me cutting point of view, it goes through as easy as I've seen. Now, yes, there is a tug, but again, by bending the hose like that, that does put a little added stress, and that is done on purpose. It wasn't until DJ Horn told me that, and then I started doing it. Now, here's that coarse rope that I despise, and again, guys, the sharpness of this knife, the edge bevels were perfect. Everything was perfect. Now, they said this is a hollow grind, but this thing come in just super, super sharp, man. Now, the 16 ounces, for a lot of people, oh man, I can't. Listen, it is a heavy knife, but you got to look at different uses. And I'll use Isaac the Noob's quote again. I'll use Isaac's quote as much as I can. If you like a knife enough, you'll make it practical. I could use this knife every day at work and be completely comfortable with it because I prepare myself for it. How? Working out? Nope. Wearing suspenders. That's exactly how. The weight just doesn't bother me. For some guys, it is a factor. And I'm not being smart. I totally get that. But if you can try one of these, if you can get your hands on one of these, guys, I'm telling you, it's worth it. This was just a joy to use. Now, I believe Kirk said he paid around $375, and he got a couple of them. I think the base was around $315 or $320, but he upped the shipping, so I think it was around $360 or $370. But you got a knife here, man, that's going to last forever. It's just tough. It's durable. I've had it for a couple weeks now. Some people say, well, you can't tell them. I can, because I carry a knife every day. I use a knife every day, literally every day of my life. Even if I'm not using it at work, I make sure I'm outside whittling, cutting, chopping, trying to better myself, up my knowledge. And again, when I say I'm a novice at best, yeah, at terms and things like that. But actual use, I feel like I'm getting better and better every day. And I want to do that to bring y'all the best presentation of a knife that I can. And again, I absolutely love this knife. I can't wait. I've got a fixed blade. And then Kirk bought one of their other folders that's just normal size, and I can't wait. They all seem to be very, very tough, very, very durable. And as I bring them to you, of course, I'll give them their name. Now, we had wanted to release an outdoor video last night, and we just couldn't get everything edited, so we will do that sometime this week. And when we do, please like and share it. Please like and share this one. I would greatly appreciate it. And honestly, this one is worth sharing. I also worked on a video. I worked on 3 or 4 videos on Sunday. I'm releasing this on Monday morning. So yesterday, I also did a video with my boy Jimbo. We put a little clip on Instagram. It will be released tomorrow night. Now, go subscribe to Donnie B all day. Please do that. He's trying to get to 10,000. Let's get him there. Go subscribe to Joe from Steel Forged and Fire, my partner. And subscribe to me again on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. Listen, guys, I truly appreciate you guys choosing to watch my videos. I know there's a ton on YouTube. Thank you for choosing me to watch. And I'd appreciate if you would subscribe to me on the other channel, Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. We've got some huge, huge things coming. I'm going to mention this all week. JB from Big Red EDC and Jared from Neves Knives will be on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe Saturday. We are super fired up about that. You'll be able to go to Blade Talk with Scab and Joe. I'll put a link in the comments. Please go check us out there. Well, guys, we've got about a minute and a half, so let's cover a couple things with this knife. It fits my hand perfectly. Now, they do make it is, you can carry it tip up or tip down. We've got it set up in a tip up configuration. Really, truly, honestly, I'm used to carrying bigger knives, and it's a really, really, really nice feel in the pocket. It carries well. It has a big, comfortable, bulky handle, but I'm telling y'all, this is a workhorse. Some people are going to balk at the liner lock, and the only thing I would say there, guys, is all I can tell you is it works for me, and I know people are different. I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other. I like this knife. And again, guys, I got no dog in the fight. Kirk let me borrow it. This is a friend of mine's knife, a brother of mine, not from the company, so I got no dog in the sale of it, nothing like that. I just really, really, really love this knife. Well, my boy Mikey over at Cerebral Ballsy, I love the kid to death. He said, Scab, you know what? If you never give up and never surrender, everything will be okay. And Mikey, you know what, my brother? You are absolutely true, and I love you. I'm Scab. You're not. The Half-Breed Blades, large bush folder. Badass, son. I'm gone.